Welcome to the Copperfield Electric Podcast. We all have those dark corners around our homes, right? The ones that maybe make you walk a little faster at night. But what if those shadows, those very spots, could actually become your home's best defense? Today, we're not just talking about flipping a switch. We're doing a deep dive into choosing the right outdoor lighting, specifically for security. Our mission: to cut through the noise, the basic stuff, and give you some really strategic, actionable insights. How light isn't just nice to have, it's genuinely your home's proactive guardian.
That's exactly it. And it's so much more than just making the place look nice or, curb appeal. We're really talking about a fundamental shift in how you view your home's exterior, transforming it into an active, almost intelligent deterrent. And we'll be leaning on the expertise of Copperfield Electric today. They're a family-owned 24-hour electrician, been serving Southern California for years, so you're getting trusted insights for, well, real peace of mind.
Okay, let's unpack this then. We all want our homes to look good, sure, but why is outdoor security lighting truly essential? What's the strategic benefit beyond just, looking pretty?
Well, it's fascinating, actually. A well-placed outdoor light isn't just some add-on feature. It's a core piece of your security strategy. Think about it psychologically first. Potential intruders, they absolutely rely on anonymity. They want the dark, the shadows. So when your property is brightly, strategically lit, it instantly makes them feel exposed. It significantly bumps up their perceived risk of getting caught. It does enhance visibility, yes, but crucially, it makes your home a much less attractive target.
Okay, so it messes with their heads, basically. Makes them feel watched.
Precisely. And connecting that to the bigger picture, it works brilliantly alongside other systems you might have. Security cameras, alarms, good lighting makes their job easier and way more effective. I mean, a camera can only record what it can see, right?
Right. Good light ensures it sees everything clearly.
Exactly. So it's not just passively sitting there, it's actively working for you, like a silent warning signal.
But thinking about that active benefit, are there common mistakes people make? They install lights, but maybe they negate the purpose somehow. What are the blind spots people often overlook?
That's a really good question, and it kind of gets to the heart of this deep dive. A huge mistake is ignoring what we call zones of concealment. People light up the front door, maybe the garage, but they completely forget that unlit side yard or those dense bushes by the back fence or the gate. Those spots become, well, dark highways for intruders.
Ah, okay. So lighting the obvious spots isn't enough.
Not at all. And another thing is inconsistent lighting. Super bright here, then pitch black over there. It creates this false sense of security. And beyond just deterring intruders, let's not forget accident prevention. For you, your family, guests, think about trying to find your keys or navigating steps or a slippery path at night. Proper lighting just makes everything safer, eliminates trip hazards. It's really a multi-layered benefit.
Okay, multi-layered. Deterrence and safety. So if we're serious about building this active layered defense, what kinds of lights are we actually talking about? There seem to be so many options. Let's look at the tools in the toolbox.
Absolutely. There are several main categories, and understanding, what each one does best and where to put it, that's crucial for an effective plan.
Right. Let's start with motion sensor lights. These seem, well, everywhere now. But from a pure security angle, how do they really work their magic? And where's the best spot for them?
Yeah, they're popular for a reason. Think of a motion sensor less like a simple switch and more like your home's immediate outdoor alert system. Most use PIR, passive infrared sensors. They detect changes in heat signatures. That's why people, animals, even cars trigger them effectively. But there are other types too, like microwave sensors, which can sometimes see through thin walls, though less common for basic home use. The key is understanding they react to change. And that sudden blast of light, it doesn't just illuminate, it startles. It's designed to hit that primal, I've been seen button in an intruder's brain.
The startle factor. I like that.
Exactly. It makes them feel instantly exposed, and very often they'll just abandon the attempt right then and there, before they even get near a door. And of course, the big bonus is energy conservation. They're only on when something actually happens.
Right. Saves on the electricity bill, which is always good. So they're perfect for those high traffic spots or maybe vulnerable areas where you need that immediate, undeniable, you've been spotted signal.
Precisely. Ideal for driveways, backyards, definitely entryways, side paths, anywhere you want that instant alert. That sudden light gives homeowners a lot of peace of mind too. Plus, newer ones can often integrate with your cameras, triggering recordings, or even pinging your phone.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it makes it a really active, responsive part of your whole security setup.
Okay, so motion sensors for the gotcha moments.
Hmm.
But what about, say, continuous lighting? Especially in those garden areas or long pathways where running wires is just a pain. Which brings us to solar lights. Are they just eco-friendly, or is there a real strategic security angle there?
Solar lights have come a long, long way. They offer this fantastic mix of, yes, sustainability and cost effectiveness, but also real strategic flexibility. Because they're self-contained, using the sun's energy, they aren't tied to your house's electrical grid at all. This makes them perfect for lighting up those remote corners. Far into the garden, long pathways, sheds, detached garages, places where wiring would be a huge, costly project.
Yeah, no wiring sounds amazing for those awkward spots, like lighting up a fence line or something.
Exactly. It gives you energy independence for those locations and lets you push your security perimeter out with minimal fuss. They charge up during the day, pop on automatically at night, and yeah, lower electricity bills. Their reliability in those tricky spots is a real game changer.
And you mentioned reliability. What about power outages?
That's another plus. If the grid goes down, your wired lights are out, but your solar lights, they often keep shining, gives you essential light when everything else might be dark. So it's sustainable, low maintenance, and adds this layer of resilience.
Resilience, okay, good point. All right, next up, floodlights. These sound, well, intense. What's their main job in a security strategy?
Floodlights are definitely the heavy hitters. Their whole purpose is broad, bright, wide-angle illumination.
Mm.
Think big areas, entire driveways, large backyards, the whole side of a building. Their main security function is to just obliterate those zones of concealment we talked about earlier, those dark corners, deep shadows near the house. By absolutely flooding an area with intense light, they basically deny intruders the cover they need to feel safe approaching.
So really turning potential hiding spots into stages, basically.
Pretty much, making them feel incredibly exposed. And modern floodlights aren't just dumb blasts of light anymore.
So,
Well, many now have adjustable angles so you can aim the light precisely. Brightness controls are common too, even dimmable features. Some can even integrate with motion sensors, so maybe they stay at a lower level, then ramp up to full brightness if something moves. It's about smart illumination, not just brute force light.
customization makes sense. Okay, now, here's where things get really interesting, I think. Smart outdoor lights. These still feel a bit like science fiction to some folks. Beyond just using an app, what's the real security game changer with these?
The real genius of smart lights, from a security perspective, isn't just the remote control, it's the ability to create dynamic occupancy simulation. Think about when you're away on vacation. Instead of a simple timer clicking on at 7 p.m. sharp every night, which is pretty obvious, right?
Very predictable.
Exactly. With smart lights, you can set randomized schedules, have lights turn on and off in different parts of the house or yard at varying times. You can remotely flash your floodlights if your camera detects motion miles away. You can link them to your smart doorbell. It makes it genuinely look like someone is home and actively moving around. This elevates your security from just passive deterrence to an active, responsive, well, deception almost. Makes your home seem occupied and much less appealing to someone watching it.
That dynamic simulation, making it look random and active. That sounds incredibly powerful. But what of the tech side? Is it complicated for someone who isn't, a tech guru?
That's a fair question. And yeah, there can be a bit of a learning curve initially, but many systems are actually designed to be pretty user-friendly now with intuitive apps. The main hurdles people sometimes face are maybe getting a strong enough Wi-Fi signal to reach outdoor fixtures, or ensuring compatibility if you're mixing different brands of smart devices.
Okay, Wi-Fi reach, that's a practical point.
It is, but once it's set up, it tends to run smoothly. You get schedules, brightness control, motion alerts right on your phone. It truly turns your lighting into this dynamic, responsive security layer.
Okay, we've talked about the different types of lights, the arsenal, as you called it. But even the best light is useless if it, rusts out or stops working after the first big rainstorm. How do we make sure these things actually last and keep doing their job year after year?
Such a crucial point. Durability and weather resistance aren't optional extras for outdoor lights. They are absolutely fundamental. These fixtures have to stand up to everything. Pouring rain, maybe snow, depending where you are, strong winds, baking sun, freezing cold. If they aren't built specifically for the outdoors, using robust materials, this marine-grade aluminum, stainless steel, maybe high-impact plastics that resist UV rays, their insides will just degrade quickly. That leads to failures, dimming, flickering, and ultimately gaps in your security.
So spending a bit more upfront on quality, really is an investment, not just an expense. It pays off in the long run.
Absolutely. And it's not just about longevity, avoiding replacement costs. It's about consistent performance. A cheap fixture might fog up internally, water might get in, corrosion starts, the light output drops, or it flickers. That doesn't just look bad, it undermines the whole security purpose. Good quality lights maintain their brightness, their function, reliably, consistently. That means dependable protection, less hassle, less maintenance. It's true peace of mind you're investing in.
Okay, consistent performance. Got it. So let's bring this down to ground level. For someone listening, standing in their yard, trying to figure this all out, what are the key actionable tips? What goes where?
Right, let's get practical. First off, placement. It's absolutely critical. You want lights near all your entrances. Front door, back door, garage doors, side doors, any way someone might try to get in. Also along walkways, driveways, patios. And pay special attention to any really dark spots around the house where someone could hide. Think like a burglar, where would you lurk? Light it up.
Deny them any cover. Got it.
Exactly.
Oh.
Second, mix and match. Don't just rely on one type. Use a smart combination. Motion-activated lights are great for that startle factor and energy saving. But you also want some always-on lights, maybe lower intensity, in key areas for constant visibility, like maybe motion sensors covering the wide driveway, but a softer, constant light right by the front door.
Makes sense. A layered approach.
Third, safety first. This is huge. Ensure all the wiring, the installation itself, meets current safety codes and standards. You don't want to trade security for an electrical hazard. Honestly, this is where getting a pro is often the best bet. A licensed, bonded, and insured electrician, like the team at Copperfield Electric, ensures it's done right and safely.
You mentioned bonded again there. Can you quickly explain what that means for a homeowner? Why is that important?
Good question. Being bonded essentially means there's a type of insurance, a financial guarantee, protecting you, the homeowner. If, say, the contractor doesn't finish the job properly, or if there's theft or damage caused by their work that leads to a financial loss for you, the bond helps cover it. It's an extra layer of accountability and financial protection. Along with being licensed and insured, it's a key thing to look for.
Okay, crucial protection. Good to know. What about light direction? You don't want to annoy the neighbors, right?
Yeah, definitely not. That's the fourth point. Mind the direction and beam spread. Aim your lights at the areas you want to protect on your property. But be considerate. Try hard to avoid blasting light directly into your neighbor's windows or yards. Use shields or adjust angles if needed. Good fences make good neighbors, and so does considerate lighting. Also, a little tip: aim lights slightly away from your security cameras. You want the area lit, but direct light shining into the camera lens can cause glare and actually reduce visibility in the recording.
Oh, interesting nuance there. Light the scene, not the camera.
Exactly. And finally, fifth, regular checks. Lights don't last forever. Walk around periodically, maybe once a month or so, especially after bad weather. Replace burnt-out bulbs immediately. Fix any fixtures that look damaged or loose. A single dark spot can really compromise your whole setup. Keep it maintained.
Okay, great practical tips. One last piece of the science. Lumens. Brightness. How bright is bright enough? Feels like a guessing game sometimes.
Yeah, lumens can be confusing, but it's important because brightness is key for deterrence and visibility. Lumens just measure the total light output. So, for context, maybe 700 to 900 lumens is fine for smaller pathways or lighting up some garden steps, enough to see clearly where you're going. But for those bigger, more critical security areas, driveways, large yards, patios, you really want more punch. Think 1,000, maybe 1,300 lumens or even more. That level of brightness creates an environment that feels genuinely exposed, uncomfortable for anyone trying to sneak around. It really turns those potential shadows into spotlights. That higher count maximizes the deterrent effect.
Got it. Higher lumens for higher risk areas. Okay, we've covered a ton today, different types of lights, placement, durability, brightness. It really seems clear that a well-planned, layered approach using a mix of these solutions is the way to go for real coverage and, peace of mind.
Absolutely. And pulling all this together, implementing these strategies effectively, it often benefits from professional expertise, especially with wiring, optimal placement for your specific yard, and integrating smart systems correctly. That's where Copperfield Electric comes in. Being family-owned, there's a real commitment to customer safety and satisfaction. All their electricians are highly experienced, yes, but also background checked. They're licensed, that's license number 1094740, fully bonded, providing that financial protection we discussed, and insured, gives you complete confidence.
So for listeners in Southern California, there's a local expert who really understands this stuff and can help plan and install it properly.
Exactly right. Copperfield Electric serves all of Orange County places like Irvine, Anaheim, Santa Ana, Costa Mesa, Newport Beach, Laguna Beach, Mission Viejo, and the surrounding areas across Southern California. And it's not just lighting. Their team handles everything from electrical for new builds, essential panel upgrades, troubleshooting, and crucially, they offer 247 emergency services, so all your electrical needs are covered reliably.
That 24/7 service is huge for peace of mind, too. Okay, so if you're listening and thinking, yeah, I need to upgrade my outdoor security lighting, you know who to call. Take that next step. Expert advice for consultations or installations is available from Copperfield Electric. Well, hopefully this deep dive has given you some powerful knowledge. It really is amazing how making strategic lighting choices, understanding the why behind them, can genuinely transform not just how your property looks, but how secure it feels.
It really can. So here's a final thought to maybe mull over. In a world where security challenges are always kind of evolving, start thinking about your outdoor lighting not just as a simple convenience, but as this dynamic, active guardian for your home. It's working silently, 24/7. Ask yourself, what hidden corners, what shadowy spots on my property could benefit from a little more light, not just to see better, but to truly deter and protect?
A great question to end on. What corners need light? Remember, reliable information and expert help are invaluable for these kinds of important home decisions. Thanks so much for joining us on this deep dive into illuminating your home security.